a copy for real? Like, yo,
no, you got like
brand?
Hey, this is my brand right here.
Okay.
Chet, hey. Don't judge, Chet. I've been doing better. I said I was gonna do better. So, I haven't been drinking as much coffee. So that means I'm doing better. If I drink 1 cup less, I'm doing better. But yeah, though, that's me, Chet. I drink water and coffee and yerba mate.
Yerba mate. I just got put on today.
Today, yeah. I'm about to try that shit.
Somebody said love from the booth. We appreciate you. Appreciate the love. No love, man.
Hey, where they from? Oh, yeah, Mr. Louisiana, what's happening? How your day going? Thank you. Hey, thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching my growth.
Landon with the 10 said, Big Eagle, best rapper in the game. Big fan.
Man, big old eagle, man. I'm out here, man. Make me swoop down. I said hi, but I look low.
Lamar G with the 2. Appreciate you guys. We love you in Naptown, big bro.
Oh man, they in that Nap with it. They in that Indianapolis, man. They in Silicon Valley with it.
Appreciate you, Otto, for the 5. You said much love to you, Kevin. All the way from Texas.
Oh, he in that DF Dub, man. See the hill mansion, relax in the D, post up a trap out of Airbnb. Yeah. I'm trying to motivate the city, put this shit together.
Talk to him.
Landon with the 5. Thank you for all the inspiration over the years. Been a fan since 2012. Music has gotten me through a lot. Proud of your growth over the years.
Hey, thank you, bro. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Chet. If I had to do this again, this journey I've been on, I wouldn't do it, because it's been really painful. Like when you had to get by yourself and be alone and really face everything that you're going through internally, it's really painful. I make it look good though, I make it look good while sustaining these injuries. I make it look good while sustaining these injuries.
You ever play sports?
Yeah.
What you play, football, basketball?
And basketball?
That's what you play?
Hold on. I'm a great See, I know what I'm good at. I know my strength. Say, bro, look, we did a celebrity game.
How'd you do?
I shot at the wrong goal. I shot at the wrong goal. It's on camera? Like they recorded? Man, they recorded it! I shot at the wrong goal twice. But look though, I ain't make it. I ain't know.
What was he thinking? Gates! Gates! Putting on the wrong side! Almost flipped up, back and in. What is he doing? Shooting on the wrong side!
What the fuck is up with this man, bro?
What was he thinking?
Nah, this man nah, Kevin Gates gotta be one of the... Hold on, man. Kev Gates gotta be one of, I don't know, man. One of the most unofficial trolls on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's unofficial, bro. But he really a troll. What the fuck was that?
Almost.
Hell nah. That's so crazy, though.
Oh, man.
Right,
We back?
We can't hear you.
That's good.
We back, Chet.
God is good.
Man, all the time.
Nah, they was just asking me about me playing basketball. I told them I was a good passer because I shot at the wrong goal.
Street boy in the chat. Shout out to 5. Appreciate you.
Oh man, Ratchet City, man.
It's an echo now, Zeke. See, it's like a, what am I trying to say?
Should you echo? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 2 mics, yeah. Turn one off.
Yo.
We good now? What about now? That's probably decent right there.
Right there.
Put a 1 in the chat if it's good. Niggas clapping it up, man.
Troubleshoot.
Yeah, a little troubleshoot.
Yeah, man. Hey, players up too. Mistakes make us great.
You got
Every L turned into a lesson.
You got a favorite song of all time?
I ain't got no favorite song of all time. I got favorite songs
Like yours.
I got favorite songs for certain moments.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I start every workout with that. Pull out my legal pad and jotted all my pain down. Attempted suicide. I try to blow my brains out. Don't ride the bus no more. I travel on the train now. I travel on the train now. Don't ride the bus no more. I travel on the train now. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shout out Yak Guru with the 20 Hugh Fang Gates on my mama.
Hey, goddamn, he talking about his great grandmother.
Man, on my grandmother's sister ain't Mavis.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Talk to him.
On God and them.
So I got a question though.
On
Like,
God
before we
and
get into
them.
the reaction and
That's
stuff,
hard.
like, I want like what keep you motivated right
God
now,
and
like
them.
just to keep going too. Like I say, I don't know if you was telling him about what you was finna get into after this, you know, nothing like that. But like,
Nah, I
what
can't tell them all that, but
yeah.
just be tuned. Just know I'm not regular. So you can't expect anything regular from me. But what keep me motivated? Me. Every day I wake up, I want this shit.
Yeah.
I love this shit. I get up every day and work out, even when I don't want to. Cause winners do it like they love it even when they don't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's
I
facts.
listen to that motivational quote. They say they say we don't surrender, we don't retreat, we live by this, we die by this. Every man must search his own soul. You know what I'm saying? It's personal.
Then what phone is that? Number 3?
Nah, that's my people calling from Morocco.
Oh, okay.
The fuck this nigga got people from Morocco calling him
Hey,
for?
I want it. I want it. I'm obsessed with it. I want it. I don't stop. And hey, some people say quantity over quality. I believe in quality over quantity because every time you come to me, you had a great experience.
Talk to him, Gates.
Talk to him.
Talk to him, Gates. Elaborate.
But at the same time, I still gotta exhibit growth.
Nah, on me though.
I gotta exhibit growth, so I'm not gonna sacrifice myself and stay stagnant to cater to somebody else that's not growing at the rate of speed that I'm growing at. If you're not growing where I'm growing at, I can't let you keep me stuck. Cause I
Type
gotta
shit,
elevate. 'Cause
type
if
shit.
I stay stuck, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start living with regret.
And we can't
I'm
do
gonna
that,
sit back
Gates.
and I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna be dying on the inside because I'm gonna be like, I know I'm greater, but if only I would have tried. So I'm gonna try.
Yeah, we can't do the what if.
What if I would have tried? Nah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
And growth is painful. When you growing, it's painful because guess what? When you growing, hear what everybody gonna tell you. Man, you need to go back
relax.
and do this.
Yeah.
You need to go back to the old you. You need to go back to the other. The old me got the old results. The new me is getting the new results.
Exactly.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Gems.
Cage
I'm just
Adventure
keeping it
with the
real though. Hey, nobody believe in the plan until the plan becomes successful.
Exactly.
So I'm cool with that. I listen. Hey, I hear you. That's cool. But I gotta follow my heart and go this way. And nobody may understand it right now. Nobody may understand it. But when I get there, you gonna understand it.
Facts.
Understand me. They don't understand me. Yeah.
And you gotta respect it.
Casey,
You ain't gotta respect
too.
You ain't gotta
Appreciate
respect.
you for always
You ain't
being
gotta respect. That's what I'm
inspiration.
gonna do.
Love,
I'm
love.
gonna remove myself. Cause if the energy not feeding me and propelling me forward, I'm gonna remove myself. You ever had a conversation with somebody and the energy is just, it's fucking draining.
Draining.
Yeah, like
It's draining talking to you.
Yeah. Facts.
If the conversation, if you're not feeding me intellectually and we not growing, I'm listening like, what is we really? Hey, look, I'm about to get off this phone. I love you, but I'm gone.
Cause I ain't got time for it no more. I gotta
It's
be
not
great.
serving me. When a man meet his mission, he and his mission become one. I'm on my mission right now.
I like what Charlie Gatto said with the two. He said
Toast up to that.
the weight always on you. Choose to lift it or not.
Hey, one thing about me, hey, God bless me, I got big shoulders. Yeah, I can hold it up. Yes, sir. I can hold that weight.
Yes, Lord.
Kobe with the
Yes,
five
sir.
said, Gates, I'm a super fan. Drop that. I know that pussy was clean. I could just tell from your toes.
I could just tell real told. I could just tell real told.
What about the toes that you looking at, like, to be able to tell that?
You know, you got to look at you got to look in the little cracks of the, you know, because see, if a person pay attention to detail with the minor, they going to pay attention to detail with the greater. So if you got to look, you know what I'm saying, in the little cracks,
You're facts. You know what it is, y'all. AWAD time with it. fuck. You know what I'm saying? The fuck going on? Y'all know what the fuck going on. So, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and tune in. My brothers Zias and Bilu. I'm saying kicking it with Kevin Gates, kicking it with my uncle, you know what I'm saying? Kicking it with Unc right now, you feel me? And if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, what I just said right now, you know what I'm saying? Virtual family shape up. Do your homework. So let me just do the reaction scene. So we can get right to it, man. B-sides right here. Feel me? So obviously we gotta get the B-sides playlist, right? By now it should be familiar, but if it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It must be new or some shit. I mean, everybody knew at this point, right? I don't know. We got some true crime shit, man. Got Mac Mula right here. That shit too long. Which one? Okay, we did this. Damn, I ain't cleared some shit out though. Alright. No. Black Boy Max and the situations with. Oh no, that ain't Black Boy. My bad. That was MP Phantom. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, I saw this.
What's up, y'all? Got a family to feed, so let's get
See how I feel about it today.
into DDG arrested, Halle Bailey granted full custody, dear, whatever. Let's get.
Spoke on this whole situation with Ken running from this lawsuit. Now, I previously told you guys that De'Ara has been trying to serve Ken for the past 6 months, and they've been unable to locate him. Now, according to De'Ara, Ken doesn't have.
What the fuck is a De'Ara and Ken now, bro? What the fuck is this, dog?
I did sue my ex, and you know when you
What? Well, hell nah, bro.
house, nothing is in their name. It's kind of hard to serve
Shit.
them. Basically, what I'm trying to say, like when someone is living one way on
sometimes these
social media
motherfucking
and a completely different
thumbnails
life
be
in real life,
misleading, bro.
it's kind of hard to serve them.
Alright, let's get into some of this right quick. Was this here? No.
Today's case is from 21 years ago, a case where an 18-year-old high school girl was found in a river, brutally killed. It's a case that remained unsolved for a long time, and only after some 10 years, clues began to be revealed. It was early in the morning on a cold winter day on February 4th, 2001. At the basin of the Tudu River in Namgyeongup, Naju City, South Jeolla Province, the body of a high school girl surnamed Park, who was 17 at the time, was found. With the exception of her stockings, she was found completely naked, laying on her stomach in the water. There was evidence that showed she had been strangled, but the cause of her death was determined to be drowning. Semen, presumed to be from the suspect, was found in Park's body as.
Alright. It's always some fucked up. Domestic. You know what I'm saying? Domestic violence type stuff, bro. You feel me? I'm talking about gender based. Oh yeah, it's gender based. The fuck. But domestic violence, as in, you know what I'm saying? May have been relationships. Let's get into it. Let's hear it.
As well as the DNA. Police thought it was only a matter of time before they caught the suspect, as they had DNA evidence. They launched a massive investigation, but gradually it turned into an unsolved case that had many unanswered questions. First off, Park was living in Gwangju, but her body was found in Naju, and this perplexed investigators because it was more than 15 kilometers away from her home. There was one witness, a 17-year-old boy, who said he saw Park with two men in front of a butcher shop in the Namgu district in Gwangju around 11:30 p.m. the night.
So, fuck, they didn't even say what she was wearing. Cause I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, was she from school or what, you know, like what the case was. You know what I mean? Was she from school? Because they said from how the stockings appear, right? Blah blah blah. So you know what I mean? All we know is that she had stockings on.
Before the body was found. Even though police had this witness testimony, as well as DNA evidence, they could not find the suspect after more than a month of looking into the case. Also, with 2001 technology, it was impossible to get fingerprints from a body that had drowned. In addition, Park, who lived in Gwangju, had no connection to the city of Naju. The scope of the police investigation was too extensive, and there was no progress in the case. Many people forgot about this case until one day, some 10 years later.
10?
In 2010, the DNA Identification Act was enacted
Nah. 10 years, bro.
in South Korea, which allowed the creation of a DNA
Cause
database.
now it's like, yo, like what would have prompted, you know what I'm saying, the investigators to commence with this case that like 10 years ago, just like, you know what I'm saying, was like a dub. That's crazy.
Database system.
I wonder what prompted them to like 10 years later, like, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and, you know what I mean, and try to find what the fuck went on. Or maybe something from another case happened that like led to something that may have, you know what I'm saying, that may trace back to this case. You feel me?
In an effort to solve violent crimes. Under this law, police were able to collect DNA samples from people who were charged with violent crimes. And this proved to be an efficient tool to solve cases that remained unsolved for a long time. September 2012 marked a turning point in the case. Detectives found a person that matched the suspect's DNA, which was stored in a database at the Supreme Prosecutor's Office. It was a 38-year-old man surnamed Kim who was serving a life sentence at Mukpo prison after being charged with robbery and murder. A closer look into Kim revealed that he was living near Park at the time of her death. Many people looked forward to this case finally being solved after so long. The fact that Kim's DNA was found on Park's body was clear evidence. But Kim had a different story to tell.
Of course, they always got.
He told investigators that he and Park were in love. Kim said they had consensual sexual relations as they loved each other.
She was 18, bro. How the fuck? She probably was 17 and a half and was about to turn 18. On some shit. Okay, nah, but the report did say it was she's 18. You know what I'm saying? It clearly said in the beginning of the video that she was 18. Okay, cool. But I feel like 18, you're still young, bro. What consent are you giving for sexual, you know what I'm saying, experience?
Each other. He said the semen found in Park's body was his, but it was unjustifiable that he would rape and kill her. Prosecutors eventually failed to indict him due to insufficient evidence. Then, a few years later, the Taiwan law was enacted, which got rid of the 25-year statute
Oh, they're from Taiwan.
of limitations for murder cases. And so, in February 2016,
Taiwanese.
police decided to re-examine the murder case of the high school girl found into the river. During their investigation, they found some new clues. One of the decisive clues that was found was Park's diary. The word magic had been written in her diary.
Magic?
A woman's period is often referred to as magic in Korea.
For real?
If in fact Park was on her period, the claim by Kim that they had sexual relations consensually could have little credibility. That's because women typically do not want to have sex when they are on their period.
Magic, okay.
The investigation continued, The National Forensic Service analyzed around 100 pictures taken at the scene where Pak's body was found. From those pictures, they found what appeared to be menstrual blood, which is different from other bloodstains. Investigators also obtained testimony from Pak's friend that she was on her period until the day before her disappearance. And Kim's behavior right after the death of the girl was also suspicious. Immediately after the girl's body was found, Kim suddenly stole 12 chicken and was sent to prison.
What?
Police started to suspect that he committed these crimes.
The fuck you stealing 12 chickens for? After murdering the girl's body, like that's crazy. Maybe chickens mean something really, you know what I'm saying? Maybe chickens are that valuable in Korea.
To be imprisoned on his own terms and to avoid any other investigation. He was even more suspicious as he disposed of his car right after police investigation started. At the time, there were reports that a car was spotted driving along the Tudu River several times before the girl's body was found. Also, the method of Kim's 2003 pawn shop owner murder and the Tudu River murder case was similar. In both cases, the victim's body was found naked, and both victims were strangled to death. He was already serving a life sentence, and he denied the latter murder case. And he acquired certificates during his imprisonment showing that he tried to get released as he was a model prisoner. Finally, on August 7th, 2016, 15 years after the girl's body was found, prosecutors indicted Kim. A decisive testimony was provided at this time. A prisoner who shared a cell with Kim while he was on trial came forward. That prisoner testified that Kim had admitted his crime to him.
Whoa.
The prisoner knew how Kim met Pak, why he
Snitched.
killed the girl, and every single detail about the case. There were even notes written detailing how Kim will be investigated and what the court process would look like.
What the court process will look like? This is all Kim's writing, or like, well, obviously according to the snitch that shared the cell with Kim. That's crazy.
About the case.
Hold on, let me see something.
There were even notes written detailing how Kim will be investigated and what the court process would look like.
Wait, hold on.
And this
who wrote how Kim will be investigated and shit like that? Like
submitted as evidence. Why did this prisoner reveal all this information? The prisoner said he disclosed it all given how cruel and brutal the crime was. But Kim continued to deny any involvement, saying his prison mate had ill feelings for him and made a false statement. And on top of that,
to top it off,
there was a decisive expert analysis which was accepted as evidence in court. On November 7th, a forensic expert said evidence suggested that the murderer killed Pak within 2 to 3 minutes after raping her. That's because her menstrual blood and semen found inside her body were not mixed at all. This also meant that it was Kim who had sex with her 2 to 3 minutes before.
So it wasn't menstrual blood?
Said evidence suggested that the murderer killed Pak within 2 to 3 minutes after raping in court and made a false statement. And on top of that, there was a decisive expert analysis which was accepted as evidence in court. On November 7th, a forensic expert said evidence suggested that the murderer killed Pak within 2 to 3 minutes after raping her. That's because her menstrual blood and semen found inside her body were not mixed at all. This also meant that it was Kim who had sex with her 2 to 3 minutes before her death, and he was likely the one who strangled her to death. Then, how did the court rule? On December 26, 2016, prosecutors demanded the death penalty for Kim. Until the very last minute, Kim denied the allegations, saying, "I don't remember." On January 11, 2017, The court sentenced Kim to life in prison. 2 days later, on January 13th, Kim protested and submitted an appeal. But on December 22nd, the Supreme Court confirmed the original verdict for Kim of life imprisonment. The Tudu River High School girl murder case was unsolvable in the beginning due to a lack of investigative technology at the time. And for a long time, it remained unsolved until a turning point led to a verdict.
I think I know why things took so much time from getting from 2001 to 2010. It's because the technology. The technology was more advanced in 2010, so obviously, you know what I'm saying, going back, tying up loose ends was much more like something to consider and something that was.
But in 2009, Park's father is said to have committed suicide after dealing with the sadness of his daughter's death for years. And so, even though the case has come to a close, it's a sad and regrettable one, as there's no one to be happy about it.
Of course, no one's gonna be fucking.
That's all for
happy about
today. Thanks for watching.
Damn, Korea got. This is True Crime Korea. From Dark Asia with Megan. That's crazy. I'm saying, there's niggas that don't got hearts out there. It's crazy to think about.
Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another real story with you. In many films, it's shown how two regions or villages have an old rivalry that's been going on for centuries. The story often shows bodies falling one after another, people not speaking to each other, blocking each other's paths, no bridal processions entering the rival village, and no weddings taking place between them. This kind of enmity is portrayed dramatically in movies. But even today, far from the glitz and glamour of the cities, there are still many villages in many countries where such feuds exist, and people continue to uphold them with full devotion and sincerity. Their ancestors upheld the feud. Now the new generation is doing the same. Then it's passed down like an
inherited beef,
so the next generation continues it too. This is the story of two such villages in Jaisalmer, a tale of rivalry between them, how this enmity was preserved, and what its final outcome was. It happened like this. It was Tuesday, October 1st. Near Ahmedabad on the highway, a man was riding a bicycle. Suddenly, a pickup truck came from behind and ran him over.
Why?
After hitting him, the driver tried to flee with the vehicle. But by coincidence, some police officers were present on duty at that time and witnessed the incident. They chased the pickup truck and arrested the driver. During questioning, it was revealed that the driver's name was Gopal Singh Bhatti, 30 years old. The police reviewed everything, and the entire incident was also recorded on camera. Usually, when a truck hits a cyclist on the highway, it's considered reckless or dangerous driving. So, the police arrested Gopal Singh Bhatti for driving dangerously and negligently.
What the fuck?
They asked him, "Why were you driving so fast?" "A cyclist was right ahead. Didn't you see him?" A case of negligence was filed, death caused by careless driving. The police registered it as a regular road accident, and everyone thought it was just that. But there was something that surprised the police. When Gopal Singh Bhatti was arrested and kept at the station, he didn't seem worried at all. He knew exactly what punishment he might
the guy that was cycling
get for negligent driving. In fact, he looked strangely calm, almost happy.
Damn!
There was an odd sense of peace on his face, as if he had repaid some deep debt. His behavior raised suspicion among some of the officers. They said, "You've just run over a man, and yet you're sitting here."
Oh, this is the guy that was in the big vehicle. Not the cyclist. My bad.
In the station, so calm and relaxed, like you've gotten some
Was
heavy
planning
burden
this
off
shit.
your chest. He replied, "No, sir, it's nothing like that." But the police began to suspect that something was off. Though the case was officially registered as death by negligence, the police started investigating Gopal Singh further. During questioning, they asked, "When did you buy this pickup truck? How long have you been working with it?" And as soon as he said, "I bought it just a week ago," police were alarmed. That meant he didn't own the vehicle before something wasn't adding up. So they asked him where he bought the truck from. He gave them the name and address, and when the police went there, they confirmed that, yes, he had indeed bought it. A week ago, second-hand for $800K. He paid $250K as a down payment and took a loan from the bank for the remaining $550K. Within just 1 week of buying the pickup truck, he ran over a man. This made the police suspicious something didn't feel right. Then they asked him, "Where are you from?" He said, "I'm from a village in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan." While one team started making inquiries with the Jaisalmer police, another team began checking Gopal's mobile phone, tracking his location history and other details. These days, people don't talk much, they just look at the last known location. A new trend has been going on for quite some time now. If someone wants to murder a person, they stage it as a road accident. The punishment is much lighter. For murder, you can get life imprisonment or even the death penalty. But if you hit someone on the road, you easily get out on bail and don't usually spend more than 2, 3, 4, or 5 months in jail. That's why the Ahmedabad police were thoroughly
is that a new form of
investigating
hitmanship?
The case. When they started checking his mobile phone, they discovered something strange. The man who was killed was named Nakhat Singh Bhatti, and coincidentally, he was also from Jaisalmer.
Why the fuck he looked dead already in this picture? Oh, this was the picture after they ran him over?
But he wasn't from the same village as Gopal Singh Bhatti. He was from the neighboring village. The region was the same, but the villages were different. What was even more shocking was that when the police checked Gopal Singh Bhatti's phone location history, they found that ever since he bought the truck a week ago, his location had consistently been in the same area of Ahmedabad, where Nakhat Singh Bhatti lived with his family. This clearly showed that it wasn't just a random accident. It wasn't a case of Gopal simply driving the truck and Nakhat Singh Bhatti suddenly coming in front of it. Gopal had been circling that area, which made it clear this was planned. It clearly wasn't a coincidence because the mobile call details and location history showed that Gopal Singh Bhatti had been tracking Nakhat Singh Bhatti for a week, where he went, what he did. When the police discovered this, they questioned Nakhat Singh Bhatti's family. Interestingly, both men had the same last name, Bhatti, and both were from Jaisalmer. Nakhat Singh Bhatti was from a village
There's some Cain and Abel vibe? What?
Called Baroda, and Gopal.
This is like brothers that like just found out, you know what I'm saying, later on in life that they're brothers, and then for some reason the one was jealous of the other and then ran him over.
Singh Bhatti, the one who ran him over, was from a nearby village called Ajasar. The two villages are neighbors, and when the police investigated further, they found out that these were the very two villages that had been involved in a long-standing rivalry for years. If people
fuck. Gang wars. Gang wars in India.
These two villages happen to cross paths somewhere, they avoid even making eye
village on
contact,
village
let
crime.
alone speaking to each other. They never marry their daughters into the other village, and no one dares to even step foot there. Whether there's a celebration or a funeral in the other village, it doesn't matter, they completely stay away. Every household in one village holds a grudge against every household in the other, and this feud has been carried on for generations. Now the Ahmedabad police realized that this wasn't just a simple road accident. It wasn't just a random cyclist being hit.
It was gang violence.
And the man he ran over, he had been circling around his house for a week. He bought the truck just a week earlier. Both of them were connected to two villages known for their long-standing feud. So what could be the real story behind all this? The police then sent a team to Jaisalmer to investigate. They questioned both families there. Meanwhile, back at the station, Gopal Singh Bhatti, officially charged with negligent driving in a road accident that killed a man, was being interrogated as more details started to unfold. And then the police laid out all the information they had gathered from the villages in front of him. Gopal Bhatti listened quietly. After a while, he said, "You're right. This wasn't an accident. It didn't happen by mistake. I've been waiting 22 years for this moment. For 22 years."
What? 22 years? Holding a grudge? That's insane. But hey, you know what I'm saying? The other side of that is the fact that it gave him purpose. It gave him a reason to wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? This nigga probably drafted up a whole plan, a whole strategy. Like, he had a whole vision. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he was just like chilling there, doing nothing, idle. I'm saying, kicking his feet up, scratching his balls and shit like that. That's crazy though to think about. 22 years. What the fuck else you doing with your life? This nigga just training, just locking in, focusing on how to just get his get back. It's crazy.
Yes, I've been looking for the right opportunity. I couldn't do it earlier because I was too young back then. First, I waited to grow up. Then,
nah, that's focus. That's focus. My boy is like, I was too young back then. This shit has been on this nigga mind, bro. This nigga been training, bro. That's like training for boxing, for, you know what I'm saying, for an opponent that you've been like thirsty for, like, pause, like an opponent you've been like waiting to get in the ring with, type shit, right? And then you do all that preparation, that training, basically just like your whole chemistry, dog. It's just focused on, you know what I'm saying, fucking up this opponent, bro. Fucking up this Goliath, David. Feel me?
Once I was older, I waited to find the man. I waited to track down his location. And that's why it took so many years.
20
The
years.
police asked, "Why were you waiting 22 years to kill him?" That's when Gopal Singh Bhatti told the full story. His
That's when he was legally at the age when he could lose his life.
father's name was Hari
No, I'm kidding. Yo, that's a troll. Yo, my bad. That's a joke. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Singh Bhatti. This goes back to the year 2002. Hari Singh Bhatti was from Ajasar village in Jaisalmer and ran a small roadside eatery in the village. Many people used to visit that restaurant. Coincidentally, one day, Nahat Singh Bhatti, who was from the rival village Baroda, right next to Ajasar, was passing by the eatery with a few of his brothers. As they passed, an argument broke out between Hari Singh and Nakat Singh, along with his brothers. Since fights between the two villages were common, they were always just looking for an excuse. That day, a heated argument broke out between the two sides. After the argument, Nakat Singh got into a truck with his brothers, and suddenly, he ran Hari Singh over with it. Hari Singh was crushed and killed. In 2002, Nakat Singh and his 3 brothers together murdered Hari Singh. When news of Hari Singh's death reached the village, and people found out how he was deliberately killed with a truck, they went to the police and filed a report. To prevent the situation from escalating further, the police arrested Nakat Singh and his 3 brothers. A charge sheet was filed, and the case was presented in court. It was argued that this wasn't just a road accident. Hari Singh's death wasn't caused by negligence. It was a well-planned conspiracy, a murder, not an accident. The court heard the case and agreed. In 2002, it sentenced Nakat Singh and his 3 brothers to 7 years in prison. By 2009, all 4 had been released. Meanwhile, back in 2002, when this incident happened, at that time, Hari Singh had a son, Gopal Singh, who was just 8 years old. At the age of 8, he learned about his father's death. At 8, he saw his father's funeral being carried. As he grew up, day by day, he would constantly ask his family about his father. He would ask, what kind of enmity did we have with the neighboring village? Why was he killed? What was the fight about? He kept collecting bits and pieces of information from his relatives, family members, and villagers. Eventually,
I'm saying, give him purpose, bro. This nigga was preparing his whole life, dog. I'm saying, like, just like having a reason to live the day. It's like, nah, today I'm gonna prepare, like, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm just gonna like get information on what happened this day. You know what I'm saying? Piece by piece, bro. Yeah, talk about premeditated murder.
Eventually, he found out that his father had been deliberately crushed by a truck. After being released from jail, Nakhat Singh left Jaisalmer and his village behind. He moved to Ahmedabad, started a job there, and settled down with his family. He thought everything was in the past. Time had passed. 22 years had gone by, and it was now 2024. He had moved on, leaving those memories behind in Jaisalmer. But back in that village in Jaisalmer, the 8-year-old boy Gopal Singh had grown up, and all those years he had been waiting to grow up and
wanted to replicate his dad's death,
waiting for the right moment to take revenge for his father's murder. He had learned the full truth, that his father had been deliberately crushed by a truck. He decided that he wouldn't use a gun, a knife, or a bomb.
Eye for an eye,
If he was
nigga.
going to kill, it would be with a truck, the same way his father had been crushed
Oh
and
my
killed.
god. This guy is dangerous, bro. This nigga was like, I'm gonna make sure that the exact same way y'all took a soul, my lineage, oh my jeez, I'm gonna take a soul from that exact lineage that took some shit from mine in the exact same way. Crazy.
He would take
deep
revenge for his father in exactly the same manner.
Yo.
After that, he stayed in the village, continuing with his daily life.
Talk about a
but
nigga
all
that's
the while
deep.
gathering information. Then one day, he suddenly found out that Nakhat Singh was living with his family near Ahmedabad and working there. Gopal left Jaisalmer and went to Ahmedabad. Once he arrived, he began observing the area closely. He eventually found out exactly where Nakhat Singh lived and which house was his. Oh, by then, a lot of time had passed. Nakhat Singh didn't even recognize Gopal. He had grown up and looked completely different. By then, Gopal had found out the house location and everything else he needed.
Oh my god.
He began tracking Nakhat Singh's
Cause you know what now? Oh, this nigga, bro. But then again, they recognized that it was him. I think though it might have been after a whole lot of investigation. Because now, look, think about it. This nigga didn't even have to go in and buy like some sort of concealment. You know what I'm saying? Some shit that would like conceal his face on some shit. You know, or anything of that nature. He just waited till he grew older so that the facial hair can, you know what I'm saying, change up like how people used to recognize him. And you know what I'm saying? Bro, this nigga is a cold man.
Daily routine where he went when he left for work and when he returned home. He discovered there was a specific time when Nakhat would go to and from work on a bicycle. Gopal noted the exact route. Then he started looking for a second-hand pickup truck. He made a down payment of and took loan from the bank to buy the...
Nigga, imagine even going through things like saving up and all of that, right? To eventually get the pickup truck. Like, nigga, you had to get a job. You feel me? You had to get a job or some sort of like something that will bring some sort of income. You feel me? It gave him purpose. This is crazy.
For several days, he drove that truck along the same route just to test it out. On the afternoon of October 1st, after carefully observing everything during lunchtime, Nakhat Singh was returning home from work, just like always. Gopal was already waiting for him on the highway. As soon as Nakhat Singh entered the highway on his bicycle, Gopal followed from a distance. Then, at full speed, he rammed his truck into Nakhat's bicycle.
That's crazy.
Nakhat was thrown far away. Bystanders rushed him to the hospital, but he was already dead. Gopal tried to flee with the truck, but by coincidence, police were stationed ahead. They caught him. He already knew what would happen next, that he'd be arrested for negligence and rash driving. But he was fully aware that such charges carry a light sentence, and he would be out in just a few months. But the Ahmedabad police uncovered the truth from the phone's location data, his surveillance patterns, and the deep-rooted story of enmity between the two villages. This revealed a shocking reality. a story of revenge that a son had carried in his heart for 22 years, a desire to avenge his father's death.
Crazy.
And not just any revenge, but one carried out in exactly the same way his father had been killed. And finally, after 22 years, he did just that. Now the fear is...
Now, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's like, yo, no matter, like, okay, say for example, a person decides to be on whatever path in life, right? Whether it's good or bad, things like this. I feel like as long as you get your mind to focus on something, as long as you get your mind to like build on something specific, one thing, bro, that shit just gives purpose, bro. This nigga was on some dark mission, bro, for 22 years. You know what I'm saying? His father got killed. He was like, yo, I'm gonna repeat the exact way that my father got killed. I'm gonna repeat that, do that exact thing, right? The exact way it was done. Bro, that's dedication, that's focus. That's crazy. And on some dark shit too. It wasn't like, nah, I'm gonna get a gun, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rob, I'm gonna burn their house down, I'm gonna huff and puff. You know what I'm saying? Yo. And he accomplished that shit. Now I'm thinking, right? When he accomplished that shit, by the time that he accomplished that shit, how did it feel, bro? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what was the relief? I feel like it's even one of those moments where it's like, yo, I'm ready to die, boy. I'm done. You feel me? I'm done doing what I'm supposed to do type shit. So, you feel me? I could release any and everything. Like, that's wow. I'm saying, I actually want to check out another video from Dark Asia. I mean, yeah, from Megan. I mean, her channel is Dark Asia. So let me see what she got on playlists and shit. So I'm gonna subscribe. Fuck it. Me, myself, and I. Damn. This looks serious.
And dark top. Today, I want to discuss a sensitive and dark topic concerning the Korean military. Today's discussion involves abuse within the mandatory military service system, and it is.
Oh shit! And y'all remember the day when Ray, right? Clover Boy Ray, when he announced he you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to go to the military. Homeboy was tweaking out, like on some terrified type timing, right? So, yo, let's see what Ray was scared of, yo.
It is important to note that these cases do not represent the entire system, but we are discussing this issue today to highlight serious problems that need to be addressed. So, all South Korean men are required to perform military performance. The military is often described as a closed environment due to its hierarchical and insular nature. This strict hierarchy creates a significant power imbalance. New recruits and lower-ranking soldiers are particularly vulnerable to mistreatment by their seniors who have significant control over their daily lives.
Shit.
This structure can lead to abuses going unnoticed and unaddressed. So speaking of culture, hazing and hierarchical abuse can be normalized within the military culture. Many soldiers may accept such behavior as part of the military experience, perpetrating a cycle of abuse.
You won't resist it. You can't resist it, bro. Some of these things, these you know, there are ways of like initiating new recruits and shit like that, where it's like damn near humiliation rituals, right? It's like, what do you do when you resist that? You know what I'm saying? They kick you out of their shit. You feel me? And then it's like, yo, feel me? You've blocked what's supposed to happen anyway at that time. You know what I mean? And nobody's gonna want to come in between what they're supposed to receive in terms of what I'm supposed to go through. But then again, these are like surprises, unpleasant surprises. You know what I'm saying? For example, you told yourself, no, I'm trying to get into the military. You're probably one of those people, I'm trying to get into the military, right? But then now you get there and then it's all this. But then at the same time, if you got that mind of like, I'm trying to get into the military, you probably like on some David Goggins type shit. Like your shit gotta be so tough. You allow yourself to go through these humiliation rituals type. You know what I'm saying?
And a stigma associated with reporting abuse or seeking help for mental health issues within the military. And this can discourage soldiers from coming forward, fearing they will be seen as weak or disloyal. Unfortunately, there have been several notable cases of abuse-related deaths in the South Korean military. One prominent case occurred in April 2014 when Private Yoon Sung-ju tragically died after suffering severe beatings, food deprivation, and sleep denial from his superiors. He was just 22 years old when he died. This incident drew significant attention to the issue of hazing and abuse within the military. Another significant case happened in 2011 where a Marine, after enduring constant bullying, went on a shooting spree, killing several fellow soldiers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like even though you do have the David Goggins mindset, it's like there's certain things where it's like, yo, things could just go too far, right? So resisting certain type of behaviors when you're in the military could be life-saving for you, right? But they don't do it. You're not expected to resist it. You just gotta take it.
Soldiers. Despite efforts by the
Cause niggas even die, bro. What the hell?
South Korean government,
That's
like
scary.
setting up a military human rights center and allowing anonymous abuse reports, these measures haven't fully solved the problem. And today, we have a deeply emotional interview with a victim of hazing in the Korean military. He describes that time as the worst period of his life, something that has changed him forever. It wasn't an easy decision for him to sit down with us and share his story. He is still dealing with a trauma and the investigation into his case is still ongoing. He was so terrified that the people who hurt him might recognize him. It's infuriating to think that while the perpetrators are probably out there living their lives, the victim is left to hide in fear just to talk about his pain and the scars that will never fully heal.
I served in the Republic of Korea Marine Corps for 18 months. I was deployed to a unit maybe 7 or 8 miles away from North Korea. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Joining the Marines in South Korea is often viewed as a mark of honor, reflecting strength and toughness.
So I'm also
For
thinking,
many young men, serving in such a challenging branch of the military is a source of personal pride and earns them respect in society.
I guess I just didn't want to go to the regular army and just be like every other Korean. I guess I wanted to feel special. I wanted to do something I could be proud of. I wanted to change myself for the better, either by becoming stronger, physically, mentally.
The South Korean Marine Corps, known for its discipline and skill, is highly respected, but also criticized for the harsh treatment that some soldiers have faced. There have been reports of severe hazing, abuse, and bullying, especially in the Marine Corps, which has a reputation for its tough and demanding culture. Before joining the military, he had heard plenty of stories about hazing and violent beatings in the Korean military, but he never really thought about how serious it could actually be. And he certainly never imagined that he would become a victim of such violence himself.
It all starts with verbal abuse. Cleaning time was a time to dread. You had 30 minutes to clean around 4 to 5 different places. You had to empty out the trash can, you had to clean the walls, you had to sweep the floor. After every cleaning session, you were literally drenched in sweat and you were out of breath because that's how fast you had to move to get everything done within 30 minutes. If there's a single speck of dust on the walls or a single strand of hair, your seniors will just call you over and that's when they just go off on you. I don't mean like, what is this? Why aren't you cleaning properly? I'm talking about full-on verbal harassment. They swear at you, they scream at you. It's a very humiliating experience, obviously. I seem to be the one making the most mistakes.
Yo, my nigga Ray.
As the black sheep of the group. If they couldn't find any dirt on you, they smear it on and say, they point it out and say, oh, you messed up. Yeah, it's a very systematic form of abuse.
He told us that when you first join a military unit, seniors often force you to memorize pointless things like marching songs and random rules. And if you don't, you get yelled at. This environment is shaped by a system called 호봉제, an informal rank-based structure that dictates privileges. As you rise in rank, you gain more privileges, but many of the rules imposed by seniors are petty or even cruel. For instance, if you're of lower rank, you might not be allowed to lie on your bunk, wear socks and sandals together, or even wear winter clothes in freezing weather. Refusing a senior's order, no matter how unreasonable, isn't an option.
Well, ideally, they would establish that dynamic to help you out and guide you, help you adjust to barracks life, but honestly, they take advantage of the power dynamic and they usually do that to abuse you. Basically, verbal abuse is a stepping stone to physical abuse, because by seeing how well you react to verbal abuse, meaning you don't report it, if they determine that they could just verbally abuse you and get away with it, that's when they start to get physical with you. After maybe 2 or 3 weeks of verbal abuse, that's when one of my seniors decided to get physical with me after I messed up. I'm not sure for what reason he beat me, can't really remember. He hit me in the chest and my arm. He hit me hard enough to leave a bruise. When he actually managed to see those bruises in shower time, we had a communal shower where we all showered. He made it a point to tell me during showers to put soap on my bruises so no one else could see them. He dared me to report him. He told me to get out of the barracks and just go to an officer and tell them that he hit me. I said, no sir, because that's what we were supposed to say. It just got worse from there. There was another guy that I called B. He basically thought I was a moron. He grew to hate me more and more after each rumor that he heard from another senior. Whether it's that I was being disrespectful, that I messed up somewhere, that I didn't clean properly. I still remember the first time he beat me. He put his hands on my throat, he pushed me up against the wall until the back of my head slammed into it, and that's when he smacked me really hard in the face a bunch of times. Since this was during the COVID era, we were all wearing masks and, we were supposed to lower it, so he didn't care if my lips were bloody, because it was going to be covered up by the mask anyways. Well, I don't know for what reason he did it, but one night, he kept giving me hell, and I was doing my best to stay awake. I stood right next to his bunk. Then that's when he told me to spread my legs. Then that's when he kicked me in the groin really hard. I can't remember how many times he kicked me, but I think it went on for at least an hour. He would kick me in the groin. I would collapse on his bed. He would tell me to get up, spread my legs again. Then he would kick me again, and it just went on like that. Sometimes he would tell me to spread my legs, and he would grab my testicles and he would just squeeze it as fast as he can, like he was squeezing a piece of fruit. And eventually I just collapsed on his bed, just sobbing, and I just told him that I just wanted to die at that point because I didn't seem to be adjusting to barracks life. I didn't seem to be doing anything right. Everything that I tried to do was faulty, wrong, or just not perfect enough for them. He told me to pull my pants down.
What?
He told me to put my finger in my anus.
What?
Then after that, he would tell me to suck it. And
what?
Taste it. By that point, he had been beating me for a few weeks already, and he noticed that I wasn't reporting it. So that's when he decided to go all out with me. Another way that he physically abused me was he would put me in a chokehold until I passed out, basically. One of the worst tortures that he had was, He'd tell me to lower my pants, then he'd take a can of menthol spray and he would spray it up my urethra. And it would start burning like all hell, so urinating was extremely painful to say the least.
Why would they do?
I can't remember how many times he did it, but I think he at least did it maybe 5 times.
Bro, people that do these things are alive, bro. And they occupy positions of, you know what I'm saying, like, authority over people that come to their military. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
For over the span of a couple of weeks, I was intimidated into keeping my mouth shut about the abuse. If you report any of the abuse, you're an outcast. As simple as that. Everybody starts ignoring you, and I couldn't choose between getting support and help and being treated like an outcast. So
He says he couldn't report the abuse because he feared retaliation. His abusers had threatened him to keep quiet. There's also a strong culture of shaming victims who speak up about abuse. Even if you report it and transfer it to another unit, there is no guarantee of safety.
It's a fucking prison there.
Spread quickly within the military, and it's likely that people in your new unit could target you in the same way. He eventually reported the abuse only after all his seniors had left the military, but by then, it was too late.
I spoke to one of my senior NCOs about it. He referred me to the company administrator. He told me not to feel too bad because, well, I didn't cause too much trouble during my military service. He just told me that he hoped that I would look on my military service with pride. I'm afraid that's the best that he could do because everyone who abused me had discharged by that point and they were legally considered civilians. Military law didn't apply to them. I kept my mouth shut for this long. I suppose that, you know, I might as well leave it at that and just move on with my life. Obviously, that was not the case.
That's so unfortunate, man.
It would have ended very differently if I had reported the abuse while they were still in. I'm not sure how it would have ended, but I'm certain that I would have gotten more closure than the closure that I got now.
Now he is struggling from chronic depression and other mental health issues that he continues to cope with, but they seem to be getting worse over time.
I normally don't drink, but I started to drink more often. Sometimes I drank just to help me sleep. I took some antidepressants after I got out, but I had to stop because it was getting too expensive. Getting therapy in Korea is not exactly cheap too, so mental health support comes at a premium here, so it's not exactly an easy thing to afford. There's not a lot of support resources that are available for me right now. Sometimes I wish I died in my unit.
Bro, and then we get surprised like
it's
when...
not easy living like this.
Oh my god. Then we get surprised when people get hooked on these vices.
I didn't know that when
they
I
come from
went in,
somewhere.
I would be coming out a completely different person. I've become more irritable, I've become more irate. Sometimes I can't focus on basic things just because I feel so angry and disappointed that I let those things happen. I lost interest in a lot of things that I normally enjoyed.
His case is still under investigation, but the lack of evidence has been a major obstacle. It's hard to gather evidence because phone use in the military is strictly regulated. You're only allowed to use your phone during designated hours, and the camera is blocked. Most of the abuse occurs outside of these hours, making it nearly impossible to capture hard evidence unless you report it directly to your officers. As a result, some abusers have avoided consequences simply because there wasn't enough evidence to pursue.
I'm even more disappointed to say that I'm not the only person like this. Chances are there are a lot of other people that are like me. I think that abuse can exist in any relationship where there's an uneven power structure. The fact that you're their senior gives you some kind of authority to disrespect or even mistreat them. I suppose it could happen anywhere. Generally speaking, these types of incidents aren't good for morale. They deeply impact the image of the Korean military, and it makes people not want to go even more. So I would understand if the Ministry of Defense at least tries to cover these cases up, but that would mean that the victims would be silenced.
No closure.
There's a lot of unreported cases of abuse in the Korean military. I heard that someone had their pubic hair burnt off with a lighter. I also heard that someone had hand sanitizer put on their hands, and this hand sanitizer would be lit on fire. If they tried to put the fire out, that's when they would get a scolding or something. Hazing is a very difficult problem to address in the Korean military. Even if a unit conducts a survey to try to gauge the cultural environment of a unit, everyone knows that the answer is a lie. Everyone says that we're all doing fine, there's no hazing, there are no beatings, even though there are beatings that are being done in secret. The officers know that very well, but they know that without any evidence, without any firm evidence, they can't do anything. I think the victim should learn how to speak up, basically. Don't let anyone cow you into silence, because that's what happened to me. The military uniform, the camis that I still have, they're the closest thing to a monster in the closet that I have. Every time I open my closet and I see those camis hanging, everything that happened to me comes flying back.
He wanted to share his story so that others would truly understand.
What the fuck? Nah, this is crazy, bro. Nah, this is crazy, dog. What? Korea got some dark shit going on, man. Well, I guess, you know, every place got some dark shit going on. But yo, it gets really dark out there, bro.
And hidden. The military needs to recognize that it can't fix these problems on its own. They need to seek external help, gather input from outside experts, and establish a system for continuous monitoring of barracks life. Without these steps, the same issues will keep happening, and nothing will really change. It was truly an emotionally heavy interview for me, and as we talked about his experiences, he kept blaming himself for what happened to him. At one point, he showed us his fingernails, which were almost non-existent from constantly biting them out of anxiety. It was heartbreaking to see how deeply this had affected him. That's the only thing I can say. I can only hope that victims like him can find some kind of support, but more than anything, I hope this kind of abuse is rooted out for good. That is all for today. Thanks for watching.